Hey everybody, welcome back to the Pie Show. We're on episode 6 now. This one is called Humor for Humans. It's all about humor and making people laugh. That's the side of me you probably haven't seen much of in the past episodes. So I was going to show you guys some of my stand-up that was live. I was able to record some before the whole coronavirus stuff went down, and so I could have one show that I get to show you that I did one time, and then I'm gonna probably do an at-home stand-up routine for you guys, and then maybe I'll just sprinkle in some one-liner jokes I have a bunch of for you, and hopefully that takes up a full episode's worth of time. If it doesn't, maybe I'll do another, like I'll just do 2 stay-at-home stand-up bits, but honestly I'd rather not do a bunch of those because I don't think that's going to be nearly as awesome as it would be to do a live show for you guys and have a recording of that for you. Anyway, hope you enjoy this episode. It's going to be a goofy interaction. Alright. What did the sinner say to God after he watched him perform a miracle? Oh, I'll be damned. What do you call a guy who lays dirt on dead bodies? Barry. What kind of crimes do buttholes commit? Heinous crimes. How come you should never urinate on anyone? Because they'll get pissed off after they get pissed on. How does urban youth with a lisp respond to the woods for the first time? Ew, growth! You know what I call my favorite song in the car? My traffic jam. What do you call a person that boasts about how much they can eat? A glutton. Okay, do you think if somebody named a hill Billy that it would suddenly become a trailer park? Hey everybody, welcome to my stay-at-home stand-up. I'm wearing my mask because I don't want to get you guys sick, with the disease that I probably don't have. I love this mask because I like to break into places and whatnot, and it just makes it easy for me to get away with it. Isn't that fun? No, I really do think that these masks could be used for that. It's kind of weird. I feel like they're trying to get people to rebel. It's like, wear this mask so that you can't be seen, and a bunch of other people, and then make sure to tell them to go do something bad all together. So we can get mad at everybody, but we won't know who they are. Honestly, I really don't think these masks do much. But we wear them, right? Apparently they're supposed to protect everybody else around you, but honestly, I don't think they really do that much. I don't think so. So one thing I like to do, one thing I like about this whole pandemic is that if you want people to leave you alone, all you have to do is tell them that you have the coronavirus. Even if you don't. Because honestly, even if you don't have the coronavirus and they don't believe you when you say that you have it, they'll still be offended that you're saying that you have it, so they'll probably leave you alone. But what I like to do is I like to go into crowded places and tell people that I had the coronavirus, and then when they get upset with me, I say, what's the matter? What, you seem like you could use a hug. I like to do that, and I like to think that if someone was kind enough and they were willing to risk their own life, even if they believed that I had the coronavirus, if they gave me a hug, I feel like I'd be their friend. I'd be their friend just because they risked their life just to have a nice social interaction with somebody who they didn't know, a stranger. And I would totally tell them the truth afterward, and be like, well, maybe I have it, maybe I don't know, but I was just saying it because I was trying to be mean. So another thing I hear is that some people believe that this whole coronavirus thing is a hoax, which honestly, I can't really blame them. I remember watching this video of someone who was trying to say, no, it's not a hoax, what are you guys crazy? Like, people are actually dying. And, I can't deny that that's true. The whole thing for me that made that video funny was it was just very much not convincing. That this wasn't a hoax. And I mean, I understand that people are dying from it. People die from diseases no matter what the diseases are. Um, you know, and people are, you know, a good number of people are dying from this. It's not a hoax, right? But at the same time, for me, I always question, like, is this really worthy of being called a pandemic, though? Because it doesn't seem like it's that big of a deal. I mean, sure, it's killing people. Diseases do that. That's like what they do. And, you know, honestly, it's picking on like certain people who are obviously weaker to, you know, dealing with diseases in the first place, right? People with low immune systems. And so, I don't know, I guess my point is, like, what are we so worried about? I mean, everybody knows the world's overpopulated, right? Do you guys ever get the feeling like the federal government uses Donald Trump as a guinea pig? Because that's kind of where I'm at with it. I feel like a lot of people consider Donald Trump to just be a bad person. And so when something goes wrong, we just pin it on the guinea pig, right? We say, oh, Donald Trump did this, Donald Trump did that, it's his fault. But honestly, I mean, I'm not trying to defend Donald Trump. I don't think he's a good person. But still, I don't think that he's responsible for all the problems in America. I think that, you know, it's everybody's a part of the problems in America. And instead of pointing out whose fault it is, why don't we just work together to fix the problem? You know? This whole coronavirus thing, I feel like people were starting to forget about it. And then, you know, now the people in the political system are trying to like reignite that flame. And be like, no, like this is still a thing, you know, wear your masks and stuff. And for me, like, it really is a very forgettable thing. The only thing I feel like I'm going to remember about the coronavirus is the fact that we all had to wear masks so much. And honestly, it's not that scary in a lot of ways. I mean, like, comparatively to like a real disease, right? Like, for instance, Ebola. Like, Ebola really is kind of terrifying, the way that people die from it and how quickly they die from it. It's very obvious that that disease is, you know, aggressive. Whereas a coronavirus, some people can have it and not even know that they have it because it just doesn't even do anything to them. So, I don't know, guys. I don't know. I don't really take it that seriously. So I heard that in Russia, they were using lions and they put them in the streets to keep people inside. Oh man, that's kind of awesome, honestly. I would dig that just for the sake of being able to see I seen a lion in my life. You know, in person that wasn't, you know, just at a zoo or something. But no, okay, what I was thinking was for here in America, what would actually be pretty reasonable and what would be kind of hilarious is if if we just released a bunch of mosquito populations into our towns and stuff to keep people inside, because honestly, tell you something, I don't like being stung by mosquitoes. I don't like mosquito bites. And here's another serious virus, speaking of serious viruses that were actually kind of scary, the West Nile virus. Yeah, how does that one compare? Alright guys, so another thing I wanted to do was sort of introduce you into the next little video that I'm going to show you. It's going to be so like I'm going to show you this recording I have of one of my stand-ups that was live, and so I had a friend record me and he just started recording a little late, so I wanted to kind of let you know what you're getting into here. So basically the announcer guy comes and tells like, hey, you know, next up to the stage you do stand-up is Phil Iverson. And so I come up there, and, you know, everybody's clapping because, you know, everybody knows me out there. Been doing stand-up for a couple years. And so I come up to stage and I say, hey, everybody, how was your Valentine's Day? So it's kind of relevant. And then this is, you know, people are, like, grunting and stuff because apparently it wasn't that good. And so this is what I say after that.
I didn't think so. It's alright. I had like 30 chicks trying to make out with me, and I was like, you know what, I only have like one set of lips, and y'all have like 2 each? I'm so outnumbered, this isn't fair. No, okay, so, obviously that's a lie. In all honesty, I was very fortunate. I got to spend the day with this beautiful girl I'm very fond of. And then in the evening, I made a bunch of heart-shaped pizzas and was trying to get it over to people. And it was crazy. Thank you, guys. Yeah. But that's not what I'm talking about tonight. Tonight I'm talking about golf. You guys like golf? You guys go golfing? No? I didn't think so. You guys don't look middle-aged, middle-class, white people, you know. Just chill. I like the lower class anyway. I'm not trying to offend you. You know? They are the nicer people. I feel like middle-class people, they get all, like, selfish and stuff. They're like, this is my money. I want to send my kid to college because I'm dumb. But no, okay, so the thing about golf, I feel like there's a lot of parallels between golf and dating, right? Because, like, first off, like I'm kind of bad at both of them, if I'm being honest. There's also this thing, which I'm actually curious about. I don't know if this is legitimate or not. Do you guys know if lesbians are good at dating? Are they? Because I hear they're really good at golf. I don't know where that stereotype came from, so it doesn't matter. But no, so in reality, I think if you want to be good at either golf or dating, you got to be patient. You got to be calm. You got to be confident. I feel like people suck at that today, don't they? Oh my God, everything is like instant gratification, so there's no such thing as patience. Everybody's got anxiety and complains about it constantly. There's like people who there are some people who have self-confidence, but usually they get like a big ego about it and they're totally dicks. And like, if you're on the like golfing course and stuff, it's about having manners and stuff, about being humble. Don't be a douche. And so I feel like, also, when it comes to golf and dating, it's like, there's an end game, right? The point of golf is to hit the ball into the hole. The point of dating is to eventually get married. And I feel like a lot of people spend their time trying to have sex or like jerking off. It's like, you can do that, but it's kind of like hitting your ball into the drink or like into the sand traps, or like you're just like you're playing like you hit the ball against some tree and it hits it right back at you. And it's kind of like some people take their time. It's like they're playing tennis on the golf course against a tree. It's a little pointless. Start adding up the points. This is the other thing about golf. Is it's like the point is to try to get the ball into the hole with the least number of hits, because that's impressive. It's not hard to just smack a ball over and over again. You know, you can you do a little top at it. You suck. And that just adds up real quick. And if you spend your time, you can also like jerk off. I feel like jerking off is like taking your practice swing. If you do that too much, you just lose confidence in yourself. Like, I'm never gonna hit this good. I already used all my good swings. So, man, you guys don't like me. That's cool. Be good at golf. Learn how to golf. Jeez. Have some fun. Smell the roses. You know? It's worth it. I think I'm going to try to end this now. As fun as this has been. You guys know, you know how people who get into wars and stuff, and they're a lot of times they kill each other with their arms, lots of arm killing. What I thought was, what if people killed each other with their legs? Lots of legs. Do you think that instead of calling large groups of people who go to war armies, that they would call them their leggies? Yes! Laughs! Thank you guys. I was waiting on that.
What's the longest conversation anyone's ever had with a beam of light? Just a wave. You want to know where a Legend of Zelda fan, such as myself, gets all self-confidence? Hyrule, baby. What do you call it when people go fishing for pigs? Boring. Crap. That doesn't do it. Okay. Knock knock. Who's there? A human. A human who? A human Gus Pearson. How come wealthy people are crazy? They have all the dollars and no sense. How come the nameless man never wore clothes? He didn't know how to address himself. How come there's no hotel for birds? Zoo would be a burden. You know why dogs are not afraid of trees? Because they're all bark and no bite. What's up, everybody? You know, I've been thinking a lot lately about one of my favorite subjects, aliens. Yeah, I like aliens, man. I think they're cool. I wonder about what they're thinking all the time. I think in today's society, a lot of people think that, you know, aliens don't exist, or maybe that's not true. Maybe a lot of people do think aliens exist. I think that overall, though, when I try to talk to people about aliens, oftentimes it's a topic that's quickly avoided. You know, people try to not talk about it, and I think that's sad. I think that, in truth, there are things that people are afraid of when it comes to aliens, right? I think usually what people think are like, oh, what do they look like, or what can they do, or what do they think about us, kind of thing. I think that's what they're afraid of. I think what they should be afraid of, though, is the alien government. All right? Like, because our government's scary. But imagine a government that is, like, totally above us, and if we knew about it, we might have to pay taxes to them. Can you imagine alien taxes? What does that even mean? You know? How do you pay that? Is that in a currency that we can afford? I don't know. I think that's weird to think about, but I think it's fun, too. And honestly, I'd rather take that next step and join the alien government and stuff like that. Do what they ask me to do. I don't know, just because I think it'd be cool. I think it'd be like the next level, you know, of life. Because I think that this level of life is kind of boring here on Earth. Because I just feel like we've got it figured out for the most part. Like, we have... This planet's like the human planet. It belongs to the humans now. Because the humans cultivated it, you know? Another thing that I think is weird about humanity is it seems like we have some things that we don't understand, right? And the two main things that I'm thinking about are freedom and love. Freedom and love. People have those things, but they just don't get it. Because they just don't understand how to share it, like, properly. And they don't know what to do with it either. Like, for me, when it comes to my freedom, the time of freedom that I have, I could build so much more. I could do so much more. And I like the idea that I could. But all I ever want to do is hang out and play video games. Because I'm just lazy. And it's sad. But video games are so fun. I don't know, man. I have all these cool, ambitious desires, right? But I can't see myself going towards those things because I feel like a lot of my ambitious desires are very conflicting with the other people on this planet, like the rest of humanity. Even though I think in the long run, like, my ambitions would be cool for everybody, but I feel like there are certain people who really resist it, really resist the idea of sort of making a world that's like free for everybody kind of thing. I think that the world we live in today, everybody's like, no, 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 that's my thing. And I have power over you because I have that thing. The whole power struggle is just absurd to me. It's very absurd. It is laughable because it just doesn't make sense why people want that. I think that overall, everybody would be so much better off if we all, you know, worked together. We all did the stuff, because then I think we'd all have so much more freedom if we shared it better. And I think in kind, you know, with that, that's how the love is. That's how we avoid sharing the love, too. And I mean, okay, another thing about the aliens, right? It's like, they could totally murder us in an instant, I think. But instead they don't, and they give us this little planet, and they probably even watch out for us. Probably even like if there are like aliens that do want to murder us, they might even like be like, hey, chill, like, we told these guys they can have this planet, it's okay, like, don't attack them, kind of thing. And so I think it's sad to think that somebody might be watching out for us, and we don't do anything to repay them for that. You know, that's mean. That's a dick move. I want to be like, aliens, bro. Let me give you the love. But I don't know. And yeah, I like wave to the sky sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Just like, I know you're up there. And I don't know. I'm just a weird guy, I guess. Yeah. What do you call a motorized vehicle that has a perpetual motion engine and nowhere to put wheels on? Tireless! What do you call a rabbit you've never met before? A strange hair. How does one find the temperature on top of a mountain? Climate. What does Thor call his favorite pair of tighty-whities? His thunderwear. Why are fruits better than nuts? Because fruits have appeal. Did you know that strains of amino acids prefer the ages 13 to 19? Yeah, they're proteins. Where does random chance live? In a paradise. Alright everybody, so I hope that you have enjoyed seeing some of my humorous side. I gotta be honest, with stand-up comedy and humor in general, it's kind of elusive. It's difficult. I mean, you definitely don't want to be too repetitive, and you know, so what's funny one time isn't always funny later, and I don't know, you know, it's difficult. And as someone who has been doing stand-up for a number of years, like I was saying, I still feel that I haven't mastered it. Like a lot of comedians, it's something that really takes time and practice to get good with. And lately, I haven't really been able to practice because, you know, of the whole coronavirus situation. Can't really chill on a stage and have a bunch of people in a crowd if you got to stay 6 feet apart. Anyway, I do love humor. I do like laughing. I mainly light humor, but every now and then I get into the darker humor stuff if it's like acceptable. There's definitely some unacceptable dark humor out there, and I don't get too into that stuff, but I do think that it's important to know how to laugh at both good and bad things. I think you can't just specifically only focus on what you like in life. Sometimes I think you do need to step outside of your comfort zone, and you'll find humor in that as well. And I hope that you guys enjoyed what you could out of this. Going back and watching, I found some of the stuff that I did funny and some of it not. So I kept in something that I kind of considered to be a blooper because I thought it was funny. And so I hope that you guys can spot that and find that funny too. My next episode, I don't know when it's going to be out, but it's going to be pretty hardcore is the hope. So if you guys stick around for it, it might be up in September, that's the plan, but you never know. I get things that happen in life, and it you know, all sorts of stuff happens. It's crazy. Anyway, love you guys, thanks for watching, and have a good day.